Winning people over now. Winning people over. Even Michael Rappaport, right? October 7th was a big wake-up call for a lot of people, right? A lot of people. So this is where he is now on Donald Trump. And we got another Michael Rappaport thing to listen to after this.
When I say voting for pig Donald Trump is on the table, voting for pig Donald Trump is on the table. The other day in New York City, 6 illegal aliens jumped a New York City cop, NYPD's finest. They jumped a New York City cop in Times Square and were arrested and released without bail. I know it's a...
I mean, like, okay, this guy, I like Michael Rappaport a lot, right? He's actually a fun guy, right? But like the October 7th thing kind of like rebooted him back to reality. And so now you got that, insane, out of control passion going in the direction of truth and reality.
City thing. I know it's a state thing. I know all that. I know all that. Okay? Stay with me. Released without bail. Came out of the courtroom on some Tupac raising the middle finger with the Detroit Red Wings jersey. Let me tell you something. What the is the world coming to? If you could be from a...
This is the world. I've been screaming at you for years, mate. Like it took October 7th to wake you up. And that's why I think God, one of the reasons God did it.
Another country beat up a cop in New York City and walk out with no bail? What the is the world coming to? What the is the world coming to? I know, Mayor Adams, you're from Brownsville, Brooklyn. I know this. Like, what the have I gotten myself into? Stay with me.
Now, here's the thing. I think the Messianic age is coming, right? I do. I think the Messianic age is coming. I think very sad news about King Charles. I wasn't like, man, I keep going backwards and forwards on King Charles. Like, I want to like him. I do want to like him. He seems to have the wrong friends, right? Make friends with Elon Musk. That'll be a good idea for you, King Charles, right? He seems to have the wrong mates. But other than that, I want to like him. Very sad to hear about his diagnosis, but my belief is, when the Queen died, I really thought this, that there's a thing that two monarchies can't overlap one another, right? Two like great powers. So I think the Queen was the last of the old world monarchy, and nothing's really going to stand until there's a messianic monarchy, right? At this point, that's why I think Charles is not King Charles is dying. I mean, again, I wish him a speedy recovery. I really do, genuinely wish him a speedy recovery, right? But again, I'm a religious fanatic. I do think King of Kings on his way, mate. But here's the fun thing, right? Then all Jews will be living in Israel. I want to be able to hang out with Michael Rappaport. He sounds like he's fun, right? Crazy, but fun.
Same day that happens, cadaver Joe Biden issues.
Cadaver Joe Biden! Shit! Pig Dick Donald Trump, Cadaver Joe Biden. Oh, how's the internet website? We'll find out in a minute. Oh, it looks like it's coming back.
There's an executive order about 4 quote-unquote settlers in Judea, Samaria, a.k.a. the West Bank. Some troublemakers, 3 of the 4 have already been arrested. You issue an executive order about 4 troublemaking...
Look, mate, Biden has to try and win back all the people he alienated with his very lucrative arms deal involving Israel. And, you got this birth bill going by, which is awful. It's got 20 bill for Israel, and I'm like, yeah, okay. It's wrong, but yeah, okay. I would love to they'd make it a single issue bill. See who votes for it, who doesn't.
Ups who've already been arrested in Judea, Samaria, while there's a war going on, while there's 100+ hostages still being held in Gaza. You're talking about that, but you got nothing to say about beating up cops in New York City, the greatest...
Look at it like it's Morgan David in the sky. He's just big gangster Jew now.
City on earth. Maybe it's not. Maybe my city is not the greatest city on earth anymore. If you could beat up cops. If you could beat up cops.
And this man loves New York.
In the quote-unquote greatest city in the world and be released without bail. Are we the greatest city on earth? Cadaver Joe Biden, we see you. We see you. Don't worry about those in Israel. Bibi got them. Israel will take care of them. Worry about cops getting beat up in Times Square and walking out with no bail like the Tupac Shakur. Worry about that shit. This is why voting for pig Donald Trump is still on the table.
It's not on the table. It's happening. He's already made them. Look, here's the thing. When you go out on a date with a woman, right, she knows in the first second if she's going to be sleeping with you. Right? At that point onwards, you just got to not fuck it up, right? That's basically what it is. You just got to not fuck it up. This guy knows he's voting for Donald Trump. He's just got to not fuck it up. So far he hasn't, right? So far he hasn't. But yeah, no, look, October 7th activated this guy. And there's something going on which is just disgusting. Oh, and I'm glad he's the man. He is the man to address it. And then we'll get to chat.
Weak ass as a Jew, Jews out there who preface everything by saying, as a Jew, I say Israel.
Oh, yeah, and we had all this during Corbyn, right? As a Jew, I support Jeremy. As a Jew, yeah. Turned out most times they weren't fucking Jews. Just know that. They were all lying out their asses. Most of the Jewish Voice of Labour weren't Jewish, right? They were just had done a damn thing with the Jews, even though they stood in opposition with all of them.
As a Jew, I say ceasefire like your carries any weight because you're saying it as a Jew. You can criticize Israel all you want. Israelis do all the time. Okay, you can mock Israel. You can mock other Jews.
Oh, by the way, one thing you know, I literally every news program I listen to, whenever they talk about Benjamin Netanyahu, they talk about how unpopular he is in Israel. Bullshit. Bullshit. He is not unpopular in any way, shape, or form. Right? I mean, certainly not less popular than literally anybody else. Right? Bullshit. Do not believe that bullshit. It's not true.
For standing with Israel. You can bark all that about phantom genocides and phantom occupations all you want from the safety of the United States, but you weak ass self-hating as a Jews, remember this: if the
I can't believe it, this guy, this anti-Trump guy who was crazy for years, well, at least now it's crazy for us. Okay, you know, I mean, it reminds me of Miracle Man, right? I wish to do a review of the Silver Age. It just finished, right? The Neil Gaiman took over it. It was essentially Miracle Man. It was started called Marvel Man. What they release as now? Marvel Man or Miracle Man? I can't remember. But you can get it in trade paperbacks. It's very, very good. But essentially, it's a whole thing about in the 1950s, there was a superhero family. And then the 80s, the main guy, there wasn't anymore. And the guy woke up. The guy had dreams of it, right? The main guy had dreams of it. And then it turns out that he really was the main guy in the superhero family, Marvel Man or Miracle Man, whatever they called it, right? And then it turned out that his whole backstory was a sham. It was something programmed into him by scientists who are using technology from a fallen spaceship. Anyway, they tried to make another generation of these heroes called Big Ben was the name of the hero. And it wasn't that successful. He kind of lost his mind, right? He broke his sanity. So in the end, when they come up with, they create a utopian world with superheroes in it, and people all have the ability to become superheroes. And I said, now we're filled up with a bright colored superhero world. They were able to introduce this guy Big Ben in, and he was able to. They changed the whole universe to make it fit him, make it fit his reality.
Intifada ever comes, if the Intifada ever came to the United States, London, France, those bag terrorists are going to treat you as a Jew. And you could go, oh, I posted a watermelon last week. That ain't going to work. I posted something from Al Jazeera last week. That ain't going to work. You're a Jew. Okay, you might not support.
Man, he is yes. Yeah, hey, Michael. Again, that it took October 7th to turn this nutball anti-Trumper into somebody screaming messages with a genuine power that I just can't deny, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. Freaking incredible, right? Freaking incredible. End of days, baby.
Support Israel. You might not agree with Israel, okay, but remember, if you were in Israel, on the 7th, you'd be treated as a Jew. You ass, as a Jews will always be treated by radical terrorists as a Jew. Your ancestors are embarrassed by you ass, weak ass, self-hating.
Yeah, pretty much so. And you know what? I think with that intro, let's have a quick look at this. Right, we won't go into the whole thing because it's too long. But man, this is what he was talking about, right? This is 100% what he was talking about. This been going. I think we can call this going viral. Here we go. Doink. So first, we're going to hear a student. We will just see.
Jewish American, I feel in my body.
Yeah, so she's going to spew self-hating nonsense about and be wrong about everything.
26,000 Palestinians who were slaughtered, everyone who was slaughtered in 1948, everyone who was slaughtered in 1967, and everyone who has been slaughtered in between who are Palestinians because of the creation of Israel. And as a
Her deep ignorance is breathtaking, right? Breathtaking.
Jewish person, I do not stand, and I cannot stand with that blood in my hands. And because of
Darling, if you get blood in your hands, you'll be dead. You dumb cunt, little kid.
that, I would like to take some time right now for all of you to look around the room. She asked you. Don't be distracted by them. Don't get distracted by them.
I multiple times said look around.
Okay,
the room.
I said look around.
I actually said to look at those faces of these innocent people.
And, they're not innocent because they're under...
No, I didn't say that either.
Okay, whatever. Well, I would like to read the Mourner's Cottage now to recognize all of the people who have been
with all due respect, I'm not. I'm sorry. The Mourner's Cottage is no. Sorry.
Mourner's Cottage is a memorial prayer you read, and there's many rules around reading.
I'm not. No. This is not something that you do. You need a minyan. You cannot do this.
Minyan is a prayer group.
I'm sorry. I'm a religious Jew.
Are you telling me how I can display my...
I'm telling you how I'm going to run an event that I am the speaker of. If you'd like to go sit Kaddish out in the hallway or quietly to yourself, you're totally welcome to. And anybody who ever starts a statement with "as a Jew," I promise you they are not speaking for the Jewish people.
Yes! Yes! That's so true!
They are speaking for themselves and only themselves. Any Jews in the room? Did she speak for you?
Yes.
And you're the second one who would also say "as a Jew," who doesn't represent anyone else in the Jewish community. Sorry. If you ever have to start a statement with "as a Jew," you know for a fact that you are speaking out against what the Jewish community
Or I'm
feels.
defending
With all
myself
due
against
respect,
people who doesn't
you just spoke
understand
about
me.
26. You just spoke about 26,000 people and said that they were slaughtered, and you included 10,000 Hamas terrorists in the process. And the fact that you cannot make that separation says everything about how you see this conflict.
Bring it, sister.
With all due respect, we are not slaughtering people. We are trying to take out terrorists who just slaughtered us. And by the way, 1948 was a war started by Arab Palestinians. 1967 was a war started by the Arab countries of Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. So how you can argue that we slaughtered people in those wars when we did not start them and we did not ask for them, and every single one of them was calling for the annihilation of the state of Israel. So basically join the rest of them who say that I just need to lay down and die. Please, because I don't have anywhere else to go. And many other Jews would say the same thing. So live.
Yeah, and that's the thing. In a comfortable little America, she's fine.
Comfortably here in America.
Great minds think alike.
I can't live in America while everyone else is being killed in Israel.
No, but you do. You do. As a Jew, you live comfortably in America, and you're able to sit there and say what you just said. But say it to the Yemenite Jews. Say it to the Yemenite Jews. Say it to the Jews of Libya. Oh, right, there are none because they were all killed or kicked out. Say it to the Jews of France who right now are fleeing en masse. Yeah, it's very, very comfortable to sit in your high ivory tower and talk down to people who are trying to protect themselves from terrorism and from people who just gang raped us.
I mean, the gang rape thing was a little bit out of control. I mean, that was like, there's no real way of sugarcoating that one. I mean, there's like, we were upset, things, and then you raped a bunch of women to death. Yeah, maybe.
I'm not going to stand for it. I'm sorry. I just won't. How you could completely ignore terror and stand up as a Jew as if somehow that gives you more legitimacy, it doesn't. You could be a Jew and you could be as equally as ignorant as everybody else.
So if you ever hear anybody say, as a Jew, you say, oh, you come meet my rabbi friend. He, you can meet my rabbi friend. Bring him on the channel, and yeah, me and him will have a little chat. Right, we'll have a little chat. Fine. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.